everyone. I am Crawlers, and this is another episode of Ridiculous Loadout. Um, Actually, this isn't just another episode. It's a sort of a milestone for me, more or less. It's the first episode recorded in Battlefield 4. Well, beta for now, obviously. But by now, you should probably know that this is a series where I whore myself out for cheap views, essentially running a setup suggested by one of the comments, and hopefully not making too much of an ass of myself. Alright, so I recorded this kit in a conquest domination environment because, well, it's as close to a TDM as you can get in the beta, and it's one of the two game modes available, obviously in the beta, and it's the fastest one. Frankly, getting all of this footage in a conquest large round would take, a year. So, and frankly, recording any sort of footage in the beta is hard for me because, well, it's like trying to swim through butter. The frame rate drops and becomes jumpy. The game drops frames just about all the time, and this is on a brand spanking new 780 GTX, mind you. So, the game is not very optimized at all right now. I mean, this situation sort of reminds me a whole lot of what happened when GTA 4 came out. Nothing could run it well. If you remember, not even an Uber PC, and it was crap basically. A good game, but crap. Alright, so let's get under the hood of this kit. It's an awesome kit, by the way, but since the Battlefield 4 beta actually only gave us access to only a few guns and not the whole list of guns like in Battlefield 3 beta, we are severely limited in the possibilities for these loadouts, at least for now. So, this one comes from Raven, who calls this kit too easy, and I can see why. The AK-12 in Battlefield 4 is seriously OP. I mean, frankly, I think it's gonna be the next M16A3 of, the ill-gotten M16A3 from Battlefield 3. The one they didn't include in Battlefield 4. Which I think was the wrong decision, by the way. They could have nerfed it, and still included it. Well, let's get back to the AK-12. It hits incredibly far and incredibly accurately. Put a front grip on it and it basically becomes a laser, you are able to reach out a very good distance and touch someone without it being any sort of a pervy reference. Now, the kit also includes the muzzle brake, the coyote sight, and the vertical grip. Raven also suggested an M9 pistol with medkits and the M26 mass shotgun. With this class, he said, go through everything and destroy everyone around you, and make sure you use the M26. Oh, and just to make things fun, Raven also suggested I use the burst fire mode only. And I'll tell you what, for me, actually, the burst fire mode isn't too convenient, and frankly, a little wasteful. I mean, whatever you do, you're gonna be sending 3 bullets down range no matter what. Now, I like to burst fire my assault rifles, but, do it manually, just using my mouse, to control the bursts. And most of the time it comes out to use actually less ammo than burst fire because, I just do 1 or 2 short bullet bursts, and therefore I reload less often. but I used burst fire anyway in this, as this was the requirement for the loadout. Now, a couple of things here I did not have unlocked. A couple of things that Raven wanted. For example, the Chinese Coyote site can't be unlocked in the beta outside of the battle packs, which for me unlocked some crazy shit I don't even need, like an MG site, something like that. So I replaced the missing parts with the closest equivalents that I had at the time. The Russian Cobra site instead of the Coyote site, and the Ergo grip instead of the straight grip, which by the way has the same exact effect on firing the assault rifle. It negates the vertical kick penalty by 50%. So now, as Raven wanted me to run the M9 as my sidearm, the standard M9, but the thing is, I had a nearly identical loadout request from the Razor Dude 57, except his request included an M9 with muzzle brake, a ghost ring, and a flashlight. And since I seriously wanted to see what the muzzle brake looks like in Battlefield 4, I went through a few rounds of domination with the pistol only, and I got 30 kills on it, and then I unlocked the ghost ring and the compensator. And well, I sort of combined the two loadouts to include the M9 with the ghost ring and the AK with the Cobra sight. But having said that, I really had a chance to use the M9 only once, because the M26 shotgun pretty much negated the need for it. But let's get back on topic. Alright, so the AK-12 is the next generation, actually the 5th generation of the Kalashnikov assault rifles, and it's not actually in service yet with the Russian army, but it most likely will be, as it's undergoing field tests right now. Alright, so the stats for this gun are pretty much as follows, and keep in mind that these are beta stats, so they may still get tweaked. The stock AK assault rifle puts out 25 damage at 10 meters, which drops off to 17.6 at 70 meters. So far in the beta, we know that the stock AK-12 has a 0.7 recoil up per shot, and sorry, I don't know the first shot multiplier yet. Aiming down sight and not moving, the spread is 0.3. Hipfire standing spread is 3.85. Hipfire crouching spread is 3.37. Hipfire prone spread is 2.86. Hipfire walking spread is 4.03. Hipfire crouch walking spread is 3.56. And finally, hipfire crawling prone spread is 3.85. Now, with my feeble skills and shitty understanding, I've tried to measure frame by frame the reload times of the AK-12. But you have to understand, these were not scientifically accurate, and but here's what I came up with anyway. The short reload with one in the chamber is around 1.9 to 2 seconds, and the long reload from completely empty seems to be around 2.9 to 3 seconds. Now, these measurements, as I said, are my own, so, to get more accurate ones, we'll just have to wait for Simthic to come out with exact numbers later, Now, a quick word about the burst fire. And I assume that's why Raven recommended it. As I said earlier in my Why You Know Have Burst Fire Weapons Battlefield 4 commentary, um, there have been some inherent problems with burst fire weapons in Battlefield 3. They were hard to use, and the first shot multiplier pretty much negated the accuracy, improvements you might be getting from using burst fire. Not so this time around. In Battlefield 4, while we still have the dreaded first shot multiplier, which I'm sure will be pretty hard to get rid of in FPS games, in the FPS mechanic, but shooting the AK-12 in burst fire mode, or 3-round bursts, actually increases the rate of fire from 680 to 1,000 rounds a minute, which has the downside of getting that first shot kick at the beginning of every one of the bursts, but has the advantage of putting down, very rapid amounts of lead, basically hitting very closely together and putting anything down with immense accuracy. Also, I would like to note that the muzzle brake on the AK is not only does it help with the recoil, the muzzle brake is simply badass because you see the flames coming out of the two sides of the muzzle when it fires. It just looks awesome. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention the M9 pistol's stats. The M9 puts out a max damage of 27 at 10 meters and a mean damage of 12 at 60 meters. It has 15 bullets in the clip, 15 9mm bullets, and its hipfire spread standing still, prone, crouching, or standing is 1.83, and the hipfire spread while moving in all stances is 2.2. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, share this video, and check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.